Hello and welcome back to another video on the Garner Collective YouTube channel. How's everyone doing today? If you like this video, and it's a very informative video on the brilliant Rockrider 700S in extra large frame, and also my existing bike, the Rockrider AM100S extra large as well, then please subscribe to the channel. Check out the rest of the videos on the channel. There's a wide variety of gaming, money making, household stuff. Please subscribe, and let's begin with today's video. So as you know, if you've been following my channel or come across my videos recently, I ordered this bike on the Decathlon website this week, well last week now, and I was able to look at my login details and see where it is. I had the choice of whether or not I would have the item delivered to my home or the store, but I thought the store was the best thing to do because they can check over it and get all the parts if needed to be set up. So I've ridden this now 3 times now and I've enjoyed it, but I'm going to do a few customization things on it. I'm going to replace these tyres with my tanned wall tyres, but in the same size, 2.4, and also I want to get some race face stickers, which I won't put on now. I'll only put on when I get those tyres, because I think it will make the look of the bike. Because it's weird though how bikes look good, but depending on what angle you choose, the look of it doesn't look as good. These bikes look better in person than they do on video. It's funny, isn't it? So can people say you look better in person than you do on your photos? So let's look at the things now which I like on this bike. So this is the Rockrider 700S. It comes in eucalyptus green, small, medium, large, extra large frames. I've chosen extra large. It does look small, but it is actually an extra large. You have to check the frame label, and it does say extra large. I've also had to raise the seat just that little bit because it's the geometry on the frame is a lot different than the 700S, which I have never ever raised a seat on. They both have dropper seat posts, which can be controlled by the lever here, which raises the seat. All the levers feel really high quality. They don't feel plasticky or shaky or loose. Brilliant. The handlebars on the 700S are about 760 or 780, but it does say 760 on the site, I believe. But on my Rockrider AM100S, they are in fact 720, so there's a bit of a size difference compared to the bike. I did say to the Decathlon manager who was in charge of the bike section that day, I'm a bit worried about riding a bike with big bars. I'm not used to it, but I said I'll have a little try, and he goes, don't worry, I'll get used to it. I said I don't do trail riding or anything like that because there's no trails in England unless you probably go to a park, and do what Sam Pilgrim does, where, he's doing all those jumps at special parks. This bike is for me to enjoy, riding round far places, but also, long path to road journeys, jumping off, path to road and so on, and also on the local canal, because I love cycling on the canal, which I record with my action camera. Another thing I do like on this bike, which I've always wanted, but I've never ever had a bike like this before. On my Muddy Fox Live Wire, if you look at the videos I've done on that, the cables would come across here, and I never liked the look of that because it felt like, in a way, if something happens to them, you're going to get some work done. So on the on the Rockrider A100S, they're no longer on the top frame, but they're placed underneath the frame, which you can see there. Go right underneath the frame, right underneath, and they come out there. And on the other side of the bike, they go right to the derailleur, and I've got a leathered skin Velcro patch to hide the wires and so on. But I do like on the 700S where the wires come out here like this, they go into the frame neatly, and when I'm riding the bike there's no rattling, because I have read before that having internal cables is good, but people sometimes say that they can hear rattling. But secured in there, no rattling at all, straight away in there, all clean, goes right the way here and comes out here and then goes back into there, and that's it. It's all clean, everything's just perfect. And the fork is 140mm travel of RockShox Silo Gold, and on the actual adjustments on the fork, you have open all the way, pedal, and firm. If you put it on firm, it's not going to move at all. You put it on pedal, it does feel very good, and it's very responsive. If you jump in the curb, the fork, cushions you. If you're jumping over like roots and stuff on the road or stones, it's cushioning you all the way. But I've never tried it on open because I don't need to. But it's a good fork, and I always say to myself, if you see a person on a bike and they've got black forks, you know that bike means business and they've got that aggressive look. If you've got the bike, like I had before, the Muddy Fox, and it's got the little thin fork and the little silver stanchions, really thin, you know about that bike. It's good for riding and stuff like that, but it's not really, meant for abuse. And as I said on this now, this is the fork on this bike is Manitou Machete 140mm. You've got a McLeod rear shock by Rockrider, and I said before, you got a dropper seat post. I've got the Innova Pro tyres, and I've also on this bike as well, which I did like to have on all my bikes, is the spoke wraps. And these special spoke wraps cover the entire wheel spoke, because I've seen some people before where they have their spokes and they run out, they're about to stop there, and it looks really cheap and nasty. But these spokes are from America by a seller called Bykas, Bykas. But sadly now he has stopped shipping his machine cut high quality plastic spoke wraps to outside of USA. So now I've just gone for the normal spokes. So I'm not going to get that bigger wheel look with all those darkened spokes. But I've used him before on my Muddy Fox and also on this bike as well. So it's a shame now I'm no longer going to be using these spoke wraps. The one thing I do like about these brakes, fantastic. These are the TRP slate and the 4 pistons, and the braking power is brilliant. I don't like to slam the brakes on. I only front brake only. I just give it a little tap, slight little tap until the bike stops. And the same for this bike as well. I swapped out the brakes for SRAM level from AliExpress China. The best price I've ever seen. Always fantastic to buy bike parts from China. But they do not allow you to have the original serial number showing. So they do warn you straight away that what they're going to do is they're going to be able... they're going to file off the serial number. So that, as I said before, not allowed to sell outside of China. It's like in a way, and you see these American films and say, "Can you get me a handgun, please?" Yeah, but I have to file off the serial number. So yeah, so it's like that. The shock on this and the front fork is remote controlled, and as you can see, the wire goes down there straight into the shock, so you can actually switch it on at the lever here, the grey lever. On is the padlock there, on and off, or in the middle for just keep it in the middle easily. And on this one, this RockShox Dulux, there's only high rebound or slow rebound, and it's a high quality shock. And same as the fork, you can see. I really like the attention I get. We know when you have traffic lights and all the cars have stopped and you're crossing over the roads and you can see or feel that they're looking at the bike. That's what I like. But the weird thing is it does feel a smaller frame. RockShox said that they've done the frame a certain way, so it's built for pedaling and trail riding and stuff like that. And you can see the angle of the bike is really sloped as well as the AM100S. The handlebars remind me of riding a motorbike. I've never rode a motorbike before, but you see in the film when they're sitting back on the chair and they've got their arms stretched out. Think of TV shows like Sons of Anarchy or Mayans MC when they're sitting back on the bike and they've got the massive handlebars. This reminds me of it. I need to put a bell there, which I only use for canal riding, because no one's going to say, "Oh, you can't cycle on the canal." They're going to move out the way. They hear the bell and they know to move. Not going to challenge you. But the tyres are thick, 2.4-inch tyres, and it feels like a fat bike. And these ones are 2.2. These do feel heavy compared to these ones, but I'm enjoying this bike a lot. I actually took it with me today when I was out. But as I said before, I've ordered a few parts from AliExpress China. I want to remove these standard black disc brake bolts, and I've ordered some blue ones. I've ordered some stickers to go around the wheel. Not going to go crazy with stickers, just the wheel stickers only. Race face ones and race face ones, because they have different colours and different wheel sizes, 27.5 or 29. But I'll only put the stickers on the moment when I get the same tyres as these. Well, they're a little bit different. They're Maxxis Race Recon Exo with tan wall and stuff like that. But as I said before, a very, very good bike. And we have the 11-speed chain. It's a bit different to go from 12 speed to 11. And it's got like a chain guide here for slipping, and you've got a protection there. So I've got no fear at all of damaging the frame, because this device here stops everything, and it's a 1x. And there's the fork. This cap comes off to be able to place more air into the fork, and I do like that they give you this little black thing cap to put on your stem cap, because I always buy them myself. But what I've done as well on this bike compared to the other bike as well is I always use special caps, dust caps for bolts. So you can see them on the front here now. So I'm going to take them off and show you. So if I take it off, I buy these from AliExpress. You can buy it from eBay or Amazon. And as you can see, there's a normal bolt. And next to it here is the cap. So it makes it look neater, and also stops the dirt or any bits getting into there and so on. But as I said before, it's a good bike. And there's a guy in Decathlon today. When I went down to Decathlon, he was bike shopping. He wanted to get a bike because he said that he wanted to cycle from the area where he lives to Cannock, but he's looking for a bike because some people said, look at Decathlon for their bikes. So I pointed at my bike on the shelf and said, I've got it here now. So he said he'll have a look as well. But they're both good bikes, and I've actually put this on eBay for £500 at the moment. I wasn't going to keep it, but I was going to give it to 3 people I know, but for free. But they've kind of been messing around a little bit, so I changed my mind. So now I'm asking £500 from eBay for this bike, and I might throw in a few bike parts. Like I got a Shimano Dior group set. I think it's a 9-speed. I can have all that. So all this needs now is just a new seat, but this seat's still perfect still, and a bottom bracket because it's making a few clicking sounds. But the guy was saying that for me to get a new, before he was saying for me to get a new bottom bracket, I would have to remove the SRAM NX Eagle that come with the bike and go for Shimano only. But when I mentioned it to Decathlon on Instagram, they says to me, no, we've got the bottom bracket. And today the guy was saying, we've got the bottom bracket. Yes, we have, but the diameter inside the bottom bracket is different. So it's not making much sense at all. But I know that it can be fixed. The guy just, it's one of those know-it-all guys who thinks, I can't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing. So it's like that. And people like that I don't really like very much. It's like if you go to the gym and straight away someone comes over, you shouldn't be doing that. It should be on the weights. Or if you go to a pub or a drinking place and you see in the comedy shows where you use the fruit machine for a second and a guy comes over and he says hold the bells, and he's hovering around the machine completely until you've lost all your money, and then he says, you shouldn't have listened to me, I wouldn't have. So it's just like that. But like I said before, the bike is brilliant. I've got some special chain oil that I use from now on for this bike and see how good it is. It's from China, and we'll have a look at it then. So thank you for watching the video. Subscribe, and it's This will be posted later on today. Thank you and goodbye. Bye.